for us to try to see if worrying is actually beneficial or not. So, first of all, I want you to think of something you're currently worried about, or if you're not a worrier, something that might be going on in the world that people might worry about. And I'm going to ask Kizzy to put on a timer for us. And we're just going to spend 1 minute. Actually, I know that reading told us not to worry, but what we're going to do is we're actually going to worry for 1 minute to prove why we shouldn't worry. So, we're going to worry for 1 minute really hard about that thing. Okay? So, are you ready? Go. Okay, that might have felt like a really long time, but did it help? Did spending that time worrying as hard as you could, did it get you anywhere? Do you actually feel any better for it? Has the problem been solved? I'm guessing the answers was no, as you all keep shouting no at me anyway. The answers to those things are no. Okay, so let's try something else then. I've got another little experiment that might help us a bit more. So, I'm going to need someone who's willing to come and ride on an exercise bike for me. Should we pull it over a little bit, Christine, so they can see it? Do you want to give it a go? Do you want to see if you can reach the pedals? If not, we'll find someone a bit taller. Because unfortunately, it is my exercise bike and it does only have one setting. Okay, come and have a go on there. Okay, I need someone a little bit. Oh, Arthur, you should probably work on this one. On the blue. Oh, are we on? Oh, hang on. Can you reach the pedals? Oh, no, we're kind of. Do you want to have a go on my? Do you want to have a go on my blue rocker? We might need someone a little bit taller to come do my. Are you a bit taller? Do you want to come do my? Whoa. Health and safety and all of that. All right, you have a go on there for me. Okay. Then we've got another little rocker here. Elsie, you might like this one. It's a little bit smaller person for this one. Can you get on? You all right? And then Arthur, I've got one more thing. Okay, we've got a little step thingy over there, a little pink thingy. You might just need somewhere where you might be able to hold on. Okay, right, off you go, guys. So ride your bike on your rockers. You might need to turn round. Right, on the stepper, off you go. Now, I was trying to get a rocking chair, but it didn't quite happen, so you just have to imagine that one. Yeah, you might want to hold Christine's hand. Okay, let me move out the way so I don't end up with anything on my toes. Okay, so all of this, it might seem a little bit silly, mightn't it? You're like, Rachel has really lost the plot. Let's all run to Tim and go, what is she doing? She's brought an exercise bike and rockers and exercise equipment into the church. But these things, they take up lots of energy to use. You know, if you're little, it takes quite a lot of energy to do a little rocker. I know my exercise bike uses up quite a lot of energy. But they're not getting these people anywhere, are they? They're rocking backwards and forwards, they're pedalling as hard as they can, they're stepping up and down, but they're not actually getting anywhere. It's a bit like worrying, isn't it? It doesn't actually get us anywhere. Corrie ten Boom said, worry is like a rocking horse or like a rocking chair. It keeps you moving, but it doesn't get you anywhere. Worry doesn't empty tomorrow of its sorrow. It empties today of its strength. So I know it's all silly, but it is an important point. It's very easy for me to stand here and say, don't worry, but it's much harder in practice. And I would be the first to admit that I am a worrier. And I will worry about all sorts of things, even down to what's for dinner tonight, or if we're out and about, or if we're on holiday. I'll be going to Glenn's the cook in our house, by the way. Not me, he's the cook. So I would say to Glenn, well, what are we doing about dinner tonight? What's for dinner tonight? What time's dinner tonight? These are all little worries in life. When actually, I don't need to worry. You know, we've been married 22 years now. He's not cooked one day. You know, it's all been fine. It's the same with Jesus. If we rely on Jesus and don't worry, he will provide for what we need. It might not necessarily be for what we want, but it'll be for what we need. And personally, I find it really sad that there are people in this world that don't have enough, and they are having to worry about where their food comes from and what their next meal might be. And there are enough resources in this world to go round and to provide for everyone, but perhaps that's a story for another time. Today, what we need to do is we need to remember that Jesus is our friend. He's a good friend, and like all good friends, he listens to us. He listens to our worries if we bring them to him, and he takes them upon himself so that we don't need to worry. So guys, thank you very much. Would you like to go and sit down? Because we're going to finish this section by sharing our worries with God. So I've got some stones which we're going to hand out, and I'd like you to write or draw onto your stone